What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I am LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Also, too, I appreciate all my new subscribers, man, that came on. But listen, check it out, man. The Knicks pulled out a great defensive victory tonight. That's what I'm going to call it. Defensive, pulling out with a 92 to 84 score. Listen, total defense, total defense, total defense is all I'm going to say, man, because that's what it was tonight. In a low-scoring game, for the first time in a long time, I see the Knicks start clamping it up on the defensive end. They pretty much shut down the Pacers in the fourth quarter, which was great. You know what I mean? I was a little nervous in the third quarter, I'll be honest with you, because they started doing the same thing they was doing usually. But, in all honesty, someone that really stepped it up tonight to me didn't really have that many points, but just looked exceptional, and that was Taj Gibson. You know what I mean? He was huge on the interior. He got a lot of deflections, a lot of rebounds, and just a lot of just great defensive plays that he got. Sitting here looking at the box score, he looked amazing, man. He pretty much had. Let me just take it out real quick. The box score again, Taj Gibson. He only had 2 points, people, but he had 8 rebounds, 1 block, 5 defensive rebounds, 3 assists. He just was solid. He helped with the Sabonis in check. Even though Sabonis had solid numbers tonight, it was just, you know what I mean? He just made it difficult for them in the middle tonight. But of course, Derrick Rose and IQ coming off the bench. Derrick Rose having 14 points, IQ having 16 points, just was exceptional from both of those guys. Also, too, who stepped it up big time for us tonight was Kemba. Kemba played well tonight, 8 for 11, he had 16 points. So the guards pretty much is really what helped us out tonight. Burks came in also too defensively. Even though he only had 8 points, he started doing a better job defensively on Brogdon, who was pretty much getting busy all night. He was doing whatever he wanted. But when Burks came in, Burks kind of slowed them up a bit. You know what I mean? The Knicks outscored them 23-10 in the fourth quarter, which was beautiful, man. It was just a defensive game tonight. It just was. You know what I mean? The third quarter wasn't that bad. I believe we went 25 for 21. That was what the score was. We got outscored, but not as badly. You know what I mean? Last 4 games, it's been like double digits. We've gotten outscored in the third quarter. So tonight we pretty much switched that up a bit. But the fourth quarter is where we won the game. The biggest thing to me and the biggest issue I have is just the lack of production that we're getting from RJ and getting from Julius Randle. You know what I mean? Like they're not giving us anything. Anything. Julius was 5 for 15 tonight. And he only had 11 points. RJ was 4 for 13. He came on along down the stretch, hit a couple of big buckets, but that's when he got his points. And he scored 12 points. Julius had 11 rebounds total. He had 11, but he's 1 for 6 or 3. He's just struggling, man. He's just struggling. Once again, right? We kind of go down this hill constantly every game. I just don't think he's the number one option. I'm sorry. Just watching him and watching his body language and watching, certain things. I seen Derrick Rose hit him with a couple of nice passes. Instead of going straight up, he's dribbling out, dribbling back. He's dribbling back out of the paint to take a pretty much lower percentage shot. The high percentage shot is right there in the bar, the layup. He's struggling with that. It's a lot of things he's got to work on, man. He ain't done growing yet as a player. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things he's got to do. Also, too, I think RJ's got to get back in there, get back in that gym. He's got to work on his game also, man. The NBA shot, the shot is the 15-footer. That's the money shot, meaning that's buckets. You should be hitting that in your sleep. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you come off a pick and roll, that joint's wide open. Bang! That's money. That's money. You should never miss that. That's like a free throw, basically. Hitting that elbow 15-footer. And RJ is struggling with that. You know what I mean? He is. You know what I mean? Because that's really where his game should be. It seemed like he's too left-hand dominant. Like your right hand has got to be just as strong as your left. You know what I mean? When I played ball and I was growing up, that's how it was. Your left hand just got to be as strong as your right. Because when you go up and you got to switch hands, we worked on left-handed layups growing up. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, that's just regular stuff that we did. But he doesn't really use his right hand at all. Everything's left. He's got to work on that, man. He's got to change that up because the league will adjust, right? Teams will adjust to you because they have enough tape on you. They'll adjust, and they'll pretty much put a defensive scheme in there to you with you that'll shut you down. And that's what's happening with him and Randall. You know what I mean? Teams are playing those guys differently, and they're struggling. I mean, they don't even look like Randall definitely doesn't look like an all-star. You know what I mean? So, um, but they're just struggling as players, man. Both of them, and that's why the Knicks are struggling offensively because we're not getting no production from those guys, and those are our big guns. So we should be getting honestly every night. We should be getting like 25 from Julius and about 17 to 21 from RJ. Honestly, that should be in the books. You go in the book, you put it in the market, 17. Then I mean 17, 21, 25 from Julius. That should be automatic every night if you're, one of the better players in the league. But we're not getting that, and that's why it's struggling. So it puts a lot of pressure on Kemba to do his thing like he did tonight. You know what I mean? Kind of giving the offense a boost the first shooting. And it puts a high emphasis on Derrick Rose to also produce as well. And IQ coming off the bench, right? So, you know, those guys got to step it up. Those guys got to step it up. You know what I mean? How much do we pay Julius? How much? I don't even want to say the number, but that's how much we paid him to pretty much be able to produce, and he can't. And he's not doing it as of late. I don't know what's going on with him, but look, it doesn't matter. That's why you play the game. It's a team game, and we pulled out our first victory at home in a minute now. You know what I mean? So now we're 8-6, which is beautiful, man. So we kind of coming back from those last two that we lost. Now we got the Magic coming up. We should knock them off to be 9-6. All right, and let's keep the ball rolling. All right, listen, I appreciate you guys coming through. This is LV Live. All right, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, and please leave comments, people, so we can go back and forth and debate. All right, I appreciate you guys coming through. Next big victory tonight. Let's get ready for Wednesday. Let's go Knicks. I'm LV Live, and I'm out. Peace.